10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Poetic Levitation, poetry and conversation to take you higher with your host, Lakeisha Prima Donna Lampkin, poet and author of This Journey So Far on Amazon, and Teresa Barnett, owner and CEO of Asset Unique Fashions. Thanks for tuning in to Poetic Levitation for a little poetry and conversation. Now grab your favorite drink and let's lift off.
I wanna fly free, wanna flow like the wind, and not be boxed in by what others cannot imagine. I will not respect or operate in your fear. Honey, this is my year. Victory is near. Check that. My victory is here. Here and now is all I've got. But I just grew some wings. And I will do some things that maybe you can't believe until you see me fly. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody that's tuning in, and welcome to Poetic Levitation. Thank you for joining us. My co-host Teresa could not be here today. She had to take care of some other things. So I'm winging it, y'all. I'm winging it solo. So we just gonna flow with it. So today, actually, the topic for the show, 10 ways to raise your vibe now, or 10 ways to empower yourself and to feel better now. So let's just jump right in. Why don't we? Let's jump right in. All right. So, and these are in no particular order because I think they all help. And so, number one on my list is meditation. Yes, meditation. Namaste. Meditation. And that I'm going to combine that also with the next one. Because for me, they go hand in hand, and that's prayer or daily quiet time. Yeah, just a way to center yourself, a way to just take a few moments, take some deep breaths, and get still. And be still within yourself, calming your mind. And so let's talk about meditation, because there are many different forms of meditation. And some people just, when you even mention meditation to them, they're like, nope, I'm not even going there, because there's this idea that in order to meditate, you have to like completely clear your mind, which that's a form. But I would think that that's probably a more advanced form. But there are lots of different ways. There are lots of guided meditations out there on YouTube. I use a lot of those. They are very helpful. And you can oftentimes find ones geared toward whatever your situation is, whatever you're dealing with. There's ones for anti-anxiety, anti-stress. There's ones to help you release fear, even ones to help you release, like, how do you say, like past, just connections that you might want to let go of, that aren't necessarily good for you, might be toxic. There's even meditations for that. And so you can find a lot of that stuff on YouTube, or if you subscribe to any self empowerment, there's a lot of them out there nowadays. One of my favorites is Mind Valley. But yeah, so meditation, that's my big one. Meditation and prayer. 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 Why is prayer? Prayer is important for a lot of different reasons. But I would say for me, it's just giving up everything that's bogging me down, releasing all of that so that I can be free from it and move freely, knowing that all things are working for my good, and knowing that, believing that, standing on that, and releasing anything that would seem to come against that or cause me any anxiety or stress. And that's a daily practice. Let's see. So next on my list, I have nature. It's one of my favorite. Well, all of these I love. So nature, just getting out in nature or taking a walk. That's a great way to raise your vibe, clear your mind. And then I'm going to backtrack back to meditation. It's not always about clearing your mind. Sometimes it can be about focusing. What is it that you want to focus on? Do you want to visualize what it is that you're trying to manifest, or the situation that you want to manifest, the situation, the thing, whatever it is? You can use your meditation time not only to center yourself and become clear and centered and receive the clarity. You can receive the clarity that you need just from being still. Be still and know. So yeah, I just wanted to backtrack to meditation for that. And which leads me back to my next subject, or next way that you can raise your vibration, is by going out and being in nature. We get so caught up in the rat race and not so much now. COVID is like pretty much making all of us sit down in different ways and be still, but to do it consciously and on purpose is a very valuable and powerful thing. It's valuable and powerful either way. But get out in nature. We forget that we are a part of nature. We are a part of nature, period. We just are. And that's why it feels good to be in nature. Go take a walk. And just be in the moment and appreciate the abundance that's naturally all around you every day. Oftentimes that can help to combat feelings of lack or not enough. Just get out in nature and walk around. God's creation is good and it's perfect. And it will uplift you. All right. So next on my list, on ways to empower yourself now. I need to number these correctly because I have them wrong. So that's 1, 2. So this would be 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, back on track now. This will be number 4. In no particular order, but this is another favorite. Music. Music is definitely a way to instantly raise your vibe. You gotta, of course you had to play the right music that you vibe with, but it's a way to set your vibe or change your vibe or uplift your own vibe on purpose. on purpose. You can even get a little ambiance going. I love to, put some music on, light a few candles, some incense, and just, that's what I do when I write. I do that if, to meditate, just set the mood, make yourself feel good on purpose. Music does that. You can do that with music. And that's a no brainer to me. Um, and so moving on, because everybody knows music. Moving on, number 5 is gratitude lists, or you can have a gratitude journal. Very popular, very good. If you keep a gratitude list, if you do this, if this is the only thing you do in your morning or your daily quiet time is sit down and write a list of 7 things that you're grateful for about your day, or even 3 things. You can start with whatever number you want, because I guarantee you, if you're consistent, what's going to happen is whatever that number is you start off with, that number is going to expand, because you begin to realize just how blessed you are. And that also goes hand in hand with knowing that whatever you focus on, you magnify. Whatever you focus on, you magnify that thing. Think about that for a minute. What have I been focusing on lately? And how do I feel? There's a definite connection there. Whether you feel good or not so good. Usually how you feel, oftentimes, always, how you feel is directly connected to what you're thinking about. And the power in that is knowing it and owning it, and using it to your benefit, and not just avoiding certain thoughts, but thinking certain thoughts on purpose. At the end of the day, what everybody wants is to feel good and just be, and it's to feel good. That's the bottom line. Why do you want money? Because what it boils down to is you just want to feel good. Just want to be and feel good. So we want money to so that we can have the things that we think are going to make us feel better. If I have this job, I'll be happy. Or if I do this, or if I have this, or if this is my circumstance, I'll be happy. But we don't realize that when we do that, we're creating in reverse. So you can be and feel happy now and manifest those things with a lot less effort by first raising your vibration. So let me get back to my list, because I went off on a tangent. So, yeah, that was 5. You will be surprised how powerful just the state of gratitude is. Just staying in a state, I guarantee you, if you make it your business to stay in a state of gratitude for as long as possible, for like a day, go for 24 hours. There'll be things that come up. But there are ways to go through those things and still come out on top with a vibration that's still high, still feeling good. And when you can do that, the shifts that begin to happen are amazing. I can't say enough about gratitude. Um, and the Bible says, enter into his gates with thanksgiving, enter into his courts with praise. That's not, I guess, that's not just talking about prayer. It is. It is. And then another scripture that comes to mind is there is peace and fullness of joy in his presence. And so if you make it your business to stay in a state of gratitude, or even, in your meditation and in your prayer, that takes you a long way. It takes you a long way. And I was going to say something else. I kind of lost it, but it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. But these are very powerful things, y'all. Don't, I know you've heard it before. Oh yeah, we've heard about the gratitude list and the gratitude journal. But have you done it? Have you tried it? What did it do for you? If it did something for you, are you still doing it? Or maybe you used to do it and you saw the benefits. It's time to get back to it. It's time for us to all of us, it's time for all of us to collectively raise our vibrations so that we can make decisions from a place of power, from a place of love, and not from a place of fear. All right, so back to my list. All right, that was number 5. And I dwelled there for a minute. But yeah, that's a powerful thing. And so it deserves that attention and that focus, because what you focus, you magnify. So we want to magnify our gratitude because it's going to manifest more things to be grateful for. Yes, that's it. Plant the seeds that you want to grow. All right. Number 6 in the 10 ways to raise your vibe now. Do something that you love. Do something that you love, something that brings you to this present moment, something that you are passionate about, something that makes your wheels turn. For me, that's a lot of things. Let's see. I love to, something simple, dance. I love to dance, or just watch other people dance. I get just as much joy, I think, sometimes out of dancing as I do watching other people dance. But ultimately, I'm going to end up, if I'm watching somebody else dance, but best believe I'm going to end up dancing too. But dancing, very, very good. And you know what? Hold on. Oh, okay. Number 6. We are number 6, doing something that you love. I was about to jump to something else, but I'll hold that for later. But yeah, if you love to, any sort of expression, I feel like is good for raising your vibe. So if there's any sort of expression that you love to do, art, painting, dance, singing, building something, getting your hands dirty, taking something apart and putting it back together, writing, like whatever that thing is for you, make time. Make time to do that thing. Make time to do that thing. Do something that you love. That's number 6. All right. Moving on. Number 7. And for if anyone is just tuning in, this is 10 ways. This is 10 ways to raise your vibe now, or otherwise empower yourself to feel better now in this now moment. All right. So number 7, all of these are my favorites because I want to say that after everyone. So I'm going to stop saying that. They're all good. All right. Number 7. Releasing and letting go of burdens. Releasing and letting go of burdens. Now, I I already touched on this with, I guess it was, number 2, when I talked about your daily quiet time or prayer. Perfect time to do that. Another time when you can release and let go of burdens, or another way I should say, is through writing. When I have a problem with somebody, and not all the time, but I have done this before more than once. If I have a problem with somebody, and of course I've already, addressed the situation as much as I could in the physical, I'll say, with that person. But if all, I don't want to say if all else fails, because you can do this first. But, if it comes to that point where you have a problem with a person, or unforgiveness in your heart, or just any sort of burden that you've been holding on to that you need to let go of, powerful thing that you can do is write that thing out in a letter, and do not censor yourself. Say exactly how you feel, exactly how you feel it, because you're not going to give the letter to that person, but you're going to get it out. You're not going to censor it. Do not censor yourself. Write out your heart, cry, whatever you need to do, but release it all in that letter, okay? So powerful. Release it in that letter, and then take that letter outside and burn it. If you have a fire pit or some sort of burn safe container, write that thing out. And one of the most important things, and I'll say it again, don't censor yourself, because you're not going to give this letter to that person. But it's important to get all of those feelings out as much as you can, and then burn it. And I've done this on more than one occasion, and I kid you not, on at least one occasion I actually felt a physical release, like a burden was removed from my shoulders. So, very powerful way. But yeah, this is number 7, releasing and letting go of burdens. Another way to do that, besides letters and prayer, is through ritual. And it doesn't have to be anything that you looked up. Just, get creative. So I'm going to share something really personal as far as rituals are concerned, because this was my first experience. I might have talked about this before when Teresa was on the show, because it was something I was doing with her in support of her. But I had a similar burden, let's say, a similar burden, but that I had dealt with years previously. And so she decided, we're going to do this balloon ritual, and we're going to write our feelings, out on this balloon. And we're going to say a prayer, speak our heart and say, communicate what it is that we're feeling. And then we're going to release the balloon. And I didn't realize, my thing that I was dealing with had happened maybe how many years prior? I think about 15 years prior. Hers was only like a year or two, but let me just say it was something traumatic. I'll say that. Something similar that happened to the both of us. And so I'm doing this in support of her. But when I tell you, when I wrote all my feelings out on that balloon. I said my prayer, and when I released that balloon, I had a physical release. And look, I cried. I didn't cry real hard, but it was like a cry of relief, of peace, of of knowing that, okay, I dealt with that and I got through it and I've released it now and I'm good. And so rituals can be very powerful in that way, to in the releasing and letting go of burdens. And you can get creative with these things because it's all about your intention. Your intention is what sets it in motion, if you will, and makes it work, because it does work. Let's see. And so, moving on in the 10 ways to raise your vibe now. So, number 8, exercise. Exercise. And of course, dancing is a form of exercise. Um, Exercise is a great way to help deal with and combat the symptoms of depression. Yes. Say that again. Exercise is a great way to deal with or combat symptoms of depression. When you find yourself sinking low and you're in that place of lack or of not enough or just that place. I've been to that place. I know that place well. Get up and move. Get up and move. One of the best things you can do for yourself, get up and move. Matter of fact, go use what number? Number 4 on the list is music. Okay. Turn some music on and get up and move. Pull yourself up out of that place. You can. You can do that with exercise. You can do that with dance. All right. That's another power. All of these are powerful tools that you can use to empower yourself to feel better now, to raise your vibe now. Let's see. So, number 9, and this is one of my favorites. I just posted an article about this. It's an article that was written in January 2015 on fastcompany.com. The name of the article is The Surprising and Powerful Links Between Posture and Mood. Okay, so number 9 is physiology. Changing your posture is a very, very powerful thing. And this is scientifically backed. This is research backed, okay? Talking about the mind-body connection. So not only does your mind influence your body, but your body influences your mind, okay? Your physiology actually affects your attitude. So when y'all get a chance, I posted this article on our Facebook page, but it's very powerful. I've been learning about this myself because I'm studying something called NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming. Very powerful tool that you can use for many, many different things, but to empower yourself. And but yeah, it talks about this. It talks about this. How your posture, actually your physiology can actually affect your mood or your consciousness or your attitude. Okay, so one of the guys who is teaching the NLP is also a excellent business consultant who has helped many people take off in their business, and sales especially. But anyway, so I just want to show y'all this stance, right? If you're feeling lack or powerless or whatever it is, you can actually stand in a certain way, right, that will make your body produce more testosterone, which will in turn make you feel more empowered and more confident. And the stance is this right here. This standing with your feet shoulder length apart, with your chin up, chest out. It's called the power stance. And if you stand like that for 2 minutes, you will actually feel more powerful and more confident. It works, guys. Okay. And it's also that article also mentions how a lot of us are like slumped over our computers for half the day or most of the day, or um, bent over slouching, looking at our phones. And guess what? That physiology, you might not be sad or down or feeling a sense of lack, but staying in that physiology, keeping your body in that physiology for a long enough time will actually begin to affect your mood, will actually begin to affect your attitude. So there's that mind body connection again. It talks about that, with meditation. But yeah, your posture can actually affect your mood. So you want to make sure you're sitting up straight. You want to sit with good posture, because we want to feel empowered. We want to feel powerful. We don't want to feel lack or blah or basic or whatever you want to call it. But, sit up straight, and portray that which you want to be, or that which you want to have or do. Portray that. It's making me think about seeds again. Plant the seeds that you want to grow. All right. So that's very powerful. Very, very powerful. So I'm going to go through the first 9 and then I'll hit 10. So this is the 10 ways to raise your vibration now, or your vibe. Good vibes only. All right. So number 1 was meditation. Number 2 was prayer or daily quiet time, which 1 and 2 go together to me. Number 3 was nature, getting out in nature. Number 4, music. Number 5 was gratitude list or gratitude journal. Number 6 was doing something that you love, that you absolutely love. Number 7, releasing and letting go of burdens, whether that's through prayer, letters, or get creative. Any rituals that you can make up for yourself with the intention of releasing that burden. Number 8 was exercise. Very, very good. And number 9 was physiology, or changing your posture. And there's research to back that. Check out that article on Facebook, y'all. But number 10 is remembering that everything, including you, is energy. So watch what you consume. What do I mean by that? So, watch what you consume. Very important. With everything that's going on right now, and even before this manifested, everything that's going on in the world right now, what you allow yourself to consume actually manifests in your outer world. What you allow yourself to consume inwardly actually will manifest in your outer world. So what does that mean? When you listen to something or watch something, you feel how it affects you, regardless of what it is. How it affects you is very important. Does it put you in a state of fear, anxiety, stress, frustration, anger, or is what you're watching or listening to, does it do the opposite? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel confident? Does it make you feel love? Does it make you feel positive, joy, courage, upliftment, encouragement? Big difference, right? So I don't have to say, you know what makes you feel what. And so this goes back to which number? No, there wasn't a number. It's just something I've been saying throughout, that what you focus on, you magnify. And so if what you're focusing on makes you feel negative, you might need to shift your focus. You might need to either shift your focus or shift your perspective around that thing. So, shift your focus, shifting your focus. So, I guess that's what number 10 will be. Shifting your focus, finding a way to shift your focus, which all of these things really, that's what they are. But another powerful thing that you can do to shift your focus for something or someone, whether it be a person or a circumstance or a thing, a great way to shift your vibration around that thing is to first of all pray about it and ask God to show you that thing or that person from his perspective. And then there's the serenity prayer. You know, God grant me the serenity. You know, we all know that one. But another and more, and even, I won't say even more powerful, but another powerful thing that you can do is to list out the positive aspects of that thing or person, or make a list of the things that you do appreciate about that thing, that situation, or that person. And what this will do is begin to, and you do this over time. You don't just do it once and put it down. So a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but I've known a couple people who have had notebooks where they call the notebook positive aspects. And anything, circumstance, or person that they come across that they, have a issue with or have a hard time with, they go to their positive aspects journal. I haven't done this, but I should. Positive, I do it in other ways. But they take out their positive aspects journal and they write, So let's see. For example, Shakira is not getting along with the father of her child. Okay. And we'll just say that his name is Dominic. I don't know. And so Shakira pulls out her positive aspects notebook and she's like, nah, I'm not going to focus on the negative things right now. I'm not going to focus on the negativity, because we know what we focus on, we magnify. So what's good about Dominic? So, right. He's a good dad, or, he comes and changes my oil every 3 months and I don't ask him to, or, whatever you can think of, what's good about that thing that's not so good with you right now. But that's a powerful way to shift your focus, or shift your vibration. Okay, so let's say number 10 is shifting your focus and shifting your vibration. Okay, finding a way to shift your focus or shift your vibration around that particular subject by writing out their positive aspects, or what it is that you appreciate about that thing or that person, taking the focus off of the negative aspects and putting them on the positive aspects. So that is our list for today. 10 ways to raise your vibration and feel better now. All right. So I hope that that helps someone out there. And I want to do a couple more poems before I head out. But you know what? Just to sum all of that up, you know what all of these things do on this list here? 10 ways to raise your vibe now. All of these things either bring your consciousness to the present moment. Okay, look, meditation, prayer, getting out in nature, quiet time, music, gratitude, doing something you love. All of those things bring your consciousness to the present moment and or ground you into your body, okay? Allowing you to just be. To just be. And a couple other things like, let's see, exercise and dancing and changing your posture. Those things actually allow you to transmute and release negative and stagnant energy. It's more than just about burning calories. We are energy, and energy must flow. So sometimes we get down just because our energy is stagnant. Sometimes we get sick just because our energy is stagnant. So we have to move. It's important for us to get up and move our energy, whether that's through exercise, dance, and in other ways as well. So I'm going to read a poem, y'all. And this is called Heaven on Earth. And it is on page 45 in my book, This Journey So Far. Is heaven on earth an impossible dream? Not impossible, though it may seem. If I can reap what I sow, it may be hard to conceive, but all things are possible to them that believe. Everybody has some heaven, believe it or not. We miss it sometimes looking at what we don't got. We only wish we had more because we take things for granted. Heaven's like a seed. It only grows if you plant it. I'll tell you a secret. There's only one way. If you want to multiply it, you have to give it away. Seeds only reproduce after their own kind. You can't plant lemon seeds and expect to get lime. Sow in gratitude, reap in love, then enjoy your harvest of heaven from above. Yes, heaven on earth. And last but not least, I'm going to read a poem called Could Have Been Doing This. It's on the next page, page 46. I could have been doing this. Walking in my authority, taking my blessings. Guess I had to live life and learn some lessons. I could have been doing this. Being a blessing to others, laying hold of my healing. Guess I had to learn with whom I was dealing. I could have been doing this, being made whole, walking in my destiny. Guess the only thing holding me back was me. I could have been doing this, experiencing real love instead of blindly pursuing it. But you were here all along, right in front of me, but I wasn't viewing it. I could have been doing this, but I'm grateful that I learned how to seek you out first, because I'm doing it now. that is our show, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I pray that this show blessed somebody. I pray that this show lifted somebody up. I pray that this show empowered somebody to empower themselves to feel better now and to do it now. All right, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in to Poetic Levitation. I am your host, Lakeisha, poet prima donna Lampkin. Join us next time. It'll be I believe, the second week of August because we will be away the first week. So, toodles. Be blessed. Peace out.